I am a wild robot.
Adaptation, migration, and the value of friendship. I am the Wiz. All right, everybody, welcome back. Before I get started with the review, if you like what you are hearing and you like my reviews, go ahead and subscribe. I do 3 reviews a week, and of course, if you like this review, leave a like on there and comment on there that you like this review. Let me know what you think, and that helps with the algorithm, apparently. So, whatever the algorithm does, I don't really know. I should probably know that by now, shouldn't I? But anyway. Well, I am here to review the 2024 family animated film, The Wild Robot, directed by Chris Sanders. This has been nominated for 3 Academy Awards, including Best Animated Feature. And honestly, I'm watching a bunch of movies that are nominated for Academy Awards this year that is available on streaming, but a lot that are available right now are the animated features. That's why I just did the Inside Out 2 just recently, and The Wild Robot's another one. But I'm surprised that this is the one that a lot of people think is the best animated film of this year. And I'll get to that in my review, but I'm not saying it's bad. I think this is very good. But you know what? Let's just get into my thoughts on the film right now. In the first 5 or 6 minutes of the film, I was really excited by what the film was doing. It made me feel like, oh my god, are they trying to evolve what they're doing with these family adventure movies, these family animated films? Because let's be honest, I enjoy a good amount of these family animated films, but they go by a very specific formula, and they kind of tread the same themes. But then for the first 5 or 10 minutes, I kept thinking, oh, they're going to try and do something different in this. And then that got squashed completely, because then it just went back into that same template that most family-friendly films usually do. But while saying that, I think this is very good with this template. I think this film does a very good job. I think the film has a definite heart and appeal to it that I think a lot of people, including adults if they give it a chance, will actually enjoy. But again, it uses the same kind of themes that most of these films have. It's about friendship, it's about love, family, but finding your place and being yourself and yada, 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 the things that we're all used to with these films. Again, this is very good for what that is. But the weird thing about this film is I don't think there is anything bad about the film. I think, it's very good for what it is. But that's the key word. Very good for what it is. The visuals and the animation is really good, and it brings life to the main character and the land that surrounds her. It's very important for Roz, the character that Lupita Nyong'o voices in this film, to have a very specific style to where it's endearing, but it still fits the character. And I think the film did a really good job of showcasing Roz in that way. But I also like how the animal creatures are created and animated in this film as well. They have a lot of good personality to them, and they are all quite likable, even the fox, who is supposed to be not such a great guy. I also think the voice talent does a good job. I mentioned Lupita Nyong'o. I think Pedro Pascal does a pretty good job as well, but none of them really stand out. I just think they're very solid for what they do. Now, like I said, I don't have a problem with the film at all. I think all parts of the film are good. I didn't have one issue with the film as it is constructed. But if I were to be honest, if there was a story that would have helped move forward this genre of film, this family-friendly films, I think this would have been it, but they stuck to a formula. Now, again, what they did with the formula, very good. It was entertaining. There's a heart to it. I definitely felt for some of the characters in this film. But if I'm being honest, I felt kind of disappointed. It felt like they were trying something a little bit new in the beginning, and then they just threw it away and just said, we're going to do the same thing over and over again. That's a little disappointing. I will reiterate this one more time. I didn't find any problem with the film per se. I think everything from the animation to the voice talent and the story is very good. The only thing I would say is I think this film would have been better off to be a little more experimental. The first 5 or 10 minutes had next to no dialogue except for the robot. And I thought the film was going to be the robot's the only one that speaks, and the robot can't hear what the other critters are saying, and I thought that would have been a very interesting way to do that movie, but they didn't do that at all. But I think for what it is, I think it's very good. So if you are interested in something like this, I definitely recommend it. It's a good movie. All right, so before I get into my rating, let's go into what other people think about this film. Letterboxd users has it at a 4.2 out of 5. This is currently number 223 out of 250 when it comes to narrative films. Interesting. Rotten Tomatoes has this at a 97% fresh. This is not really a surprise to me. At Oscars, it was nominated for 3, including Best Animated Feature. I think this is the one that's favored to win, if I am not mistaken. And my rating for this is going to be a 3.5 out of 5. Again, I have no problem with the film as it's constructed. I think it actually is very good for what it is. But the key sentence is, for what it is. This is a type of genre that I really think needs a shakeup. Because I know the point of these films is to be entertaining for kids, but in the past 20 years, more than that actually, I think Shrek was like 2000, 2001. They've created a formula is not only enticing to kids, but also parents and adults can enjoy. But I think The Wild Robot does that. But for films that are family friendly, but there are films in the family friendly genre that do a lot better job of telling stories and doing something a little bit more braver, a little more different. Song of the Sea is one, for example. I think that's an amazing film that kids can enjoy, but also parents can get something out of it as well. There are family-friendly films that have done more for this genre than I think The Wild Robot has done, and I would like to see them get more credit than what The Wild Robot is getting at this point. I like The Wild Robot. It's a good movie. I did enjoy it. But for all the praise that it was getting, I was a little surprised by that. So, 3.5 out of 5 for me for The Wild Robot. It is on Peacock if you have not watched it, so check that out there. All right, guys, thank you for watching. See you guys next time.
Congratulations on your purchase of a Universal Dynamics robot. I am Rosm7134. A Rosm always completes its task.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like it. If you didn't, please subscribe. And if you have questions or comments, go ahead and leave a comment whether you liked it or not. It just helps, you know. If you want my written reviews, you can go onto my letterbox at IamThatWiz, or you can go to my website at IamTheWiz.com. Thank you very much again for watching. See you next time.